How many of you, enjoy a good compliment or, enjoy someone acknowledging your skills or accomplishments? Everyone does, right? It's a good thing to, realize what a compliment can do for someone. And, today I would just want to share, some stories of how, a few good compliments can go a really long way. For example, when I was in junior high, I was, running at the tracks, those daily runs where you, just from your numbers, you just run around the track and you come back to your numbers. So after I was running, I was trying to, be the first one there, just because I'm competitive as a person. So I was trying to run my fastest, and then the PE teacher, acknowledged, how fast I was going and how much effort I was putting into just the daily run. And she was like, "Oh, this guy's on wheels," it's like, it really stuck to me, and I was like, maybe this is something I want to explore myself in. And ever since then, I was starting to run and train, and it just went on from there. Another time, for example, my cousin, he used to be a little overweight, and I would just, try to encourage him, to just work out with me and just, have good quality time together. And so whenever, I would see improvements, I would always, give good compliments, not just to say them, but, if he actually, did the work and the effort, I would surely, make that noticeable. And now he's, in shape. He's actually pretty strong, and that's a good way to, how a good way that a compliment, really changed someone. And so I hope you guys, really, appreciate, these compliments and how they can impact someone's life. Thank you. I can live for 3 months on a good compliment. 5. Mark Twain.
All right.
At least you gave examples when I was looking at his list. I can give a story.
Okay, well, the audience survey was a little bit awkward, but you did get finally to the point that you were talking about. As I think you recognize, you didn't really tell us what the quote was, so then it becomes a little complicated, but we know the general subject are compliments, and I thought that you did a nice job kind of explaining why they were important, and you had a couple of examples that you talked about. You've got the first-hand example of getting a compliment, and then you've also got the example of using a compliment to motivate somebody else. And I think that that's the way, if you phrase them, it would sound a little bit more like you're in control rather than you're just randomly thinking of places where compliments have come up. The presentation is solid. I think that your voice kind of has a narrow range both in pitch and volume, and you need a little bit more energy as a consequence. It moves relatively fluently, except Same sort of thing I mentioned to somebody earlier. I think if you count the you knows, you're going to recognize that you're using that as a crutch an awful lot, and you want to. The way you fix that is you sort of strangle them. You force yourself not to do that. You have to be conscious of them and make an effort not to fall into those crutches. You know is yours. We had some other people, like was the one that I heard a few times in one of the speeches. So it's just something to be conscious of and try and put some effort on. I thought your audience contact was very well distributed. Your facial expressions maybe could have been a little bit more animated, but you're looking at everybody while you're speaking to us, and I like that. All right, thank you.